What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Look, I can't do this episode today. I gotta get up out of here, but don't trip. I've got a special guest here for you. This guy taught me everything I know. Come on, show him what you got. Really gonna make me come off camera to get you? Oh my goodness. Hey, how is everyone doing? It is I, your honorable chef, Hames Coo-Pierre. And on today's very special episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking, I am going to bring to you another pizza recipe. Yes, my favorite thing to make pizzas. And today, we are going to make the PIZZA Margherita. Yes! But before we get started, the full recipe is in the description. Let all your friends know. Now let's go! What's popping, everyone? All right, for today's PIZZA Margherita, we are first going to need to make our pizza dough. And after raiding Coop's kitchen, I have found the exact ingredients that I will need, and they are 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1/4 ounce of instant active dry yeast, 1 cup of warm water, and 3 cups of bread flour. Yes. Full recipe is in the description. Let's jump right into it. First, in a large mixing bowl, I'm going to add my 1 cup of warm water. Next, let's go in with our package of instant active dry yeast and our sugar. Give this a quick mix with a wire whisk. Now let's give this about 5 to 10 minutes to activate. And after we have got it active, let's add this to our food processing dough maker. Now let's add in our 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 3 cups of bread flour. Toss in my salt. Now let's turn this on and mix it until all of our ingredients come together to make the perfect pizza dough. Now let's prep a flat surface by adding flour to it so that my dough does not stick. Next, I will add my dough to this flat surface and begin to roll my dough ball until all sides are smooth. And I'm left with a perfect circular dough ball. Now let's add some olive oil onto a tray. Roll the top of my dough ball in the olive oil, flip it back over, and let this sit covered with a kitchen towel for about 2 hours or until the dough ball doubles in size. Yes. Next, cut your dough ball in half. Now let's re-roll each to give us 2 perfectly formed dough balls. Now, in a large plastic Ziploc bag, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now slide your balls inside. Force some air out and seal the bag. Now let's move some of this crap out of Coop's refrigerator and make way for our dough balls and let these rest in our fridge for 12 to 24 hours. Yes, let's come back tomorrow and make pizzas. Yes, we are back. Tomorrow is now today, and we are going to prep up the rest of the ingredients for our PIZZA Margherita. Here I have 3 cloves of garlic that I'm going to roughly chop, and 1/4 yellow onion that I am going to dice as well. And last but not least, let's chop a 1/4 cup of Italian parsley. Yes. We will use this to create our delicious pizza sauce. Let's hit the stove, y'all. Now, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil into my pot. And once that oil is hot, I will add my diced onions into the pot. Saute those onions for a few minutes until they become slightly translucent. Now let's add our freshly chopped garlic into the pot, sauteing and continuing to cook this until your garlic becomes fragrant. Now let's add one 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes to our pot. Yes. Now let's begin to break the sauce down. Add salt to taste, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, half teaspoon of crushed red pepper, our chopped parsley, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Now let's mix all that up and let this sauce simmer for at least 10 minutes. While it's simmering, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and foes. You already know. And after 10 minutes, our tomatoes have broken down most of the way. Our sauce is perfectly formed. Next, let's prep another flat surface with flour again. Hit the fridge and grab our perfectly formed dough balls. Now I am going to show you a method for flattening out your dough ball I learned from Caesar in Little Italy. Place your dough ball on the flat surface with the top side facing down. Use the tips of your fingers like such to push down into the center and move the dough to the outside of the dough ball. Flatten it down with your hand. Next, prep a rolling pin with flour and roll it over your dough ball, flattening it as evenly as possible until you create the perfect pizza crust. And once you've evenly flattened it, now let's pick the pizza dough up. Use our hands to elongate and stretch the pizza dough until it perfectly forms into the size that we need to fit our pan. Onto our pan, add flour so that our dough does not stick, and we will also add about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil all over our pan to help give us a beautiful crust. Add your pizza crust to the pan. Stretch it and fit it as much as possible to fit your pan perfectly. Now let's begin to build this delicious pizza margherita. First, I will add 1.5 cups of our fresh pizza sauce. Spread that around your pizza in a circular motion until you are 1 inch to 1/4 inch away from the edge of the pizza crust. Here I have 10 ounces of beautiful mozzarella cheese that I'm going to be using on this pizza margherita. Let's cut this into at least 8 to 10 slices. Next, let's add it all around our pizza crust and sauce to ensure that we have a delicious bite of cheese in every bite of pizza. Okay, here I have 1/2 cup of fresh basil leaves. I'm going to roughly chop these. Now I will add half of the basil on top of my pizza margherita. Hit the top with a bit more extra virgin olive oil and freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Now let's get this into our preheated 500-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Yes, we will come back and check our pizza margherita. Yes, and after 12 minutes, I now present to you the most delicious pizza margherita. Let your pizza rest for 1 minute before taking it off of your pan. Now let's slide it on a cutting board. Grab your pizza cutter and slice your pizza into 8 even pizza slices. Very simple. 4 cuts, 1 cross, 1 X. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our pizza margherita is complete. This week's Scoop for Coop is going to be a taste for Hames. As you can see, the cheese is perfectly melted. The pizza cooked just the way you want it. I can't take it anymore. I've been here for like 2 days and haven't eaten anything. I've got to try this. Absolutely fire. This is one of the best pizzas that I've made in America. You all are definitely going to want to try this recipe. Thank you for rocking with me for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking, a special Chef Hames Coo-Pierre edition. Let Coop know what you think in the comment section. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you. Let the algorithm know by slapping that like button, and we will catch y'all on the other side. Goodbye.
Yes, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pizza Margherita, made at home. So delicious, so perfect. You don't even need a wood-burning oven for this. But you better make sure you pay that gas bill. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend or foe. You already know. And we'll catch you guys right back here next week for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Bye-bye. Ciao.